Hi, I hear a lot of people talk about having the right mindset. They say something like this person doesn't have the right mindset. Or maybe they say, I don't have the right mindset. It's a phrase that is used very frequently, but I often wonder what does any person mean when they actually talk about a mindset? I would often feel that it doesn't really explain with enough clarity what the issue is, what they are actually talking about. Mindset suggests that we are probably set in our way of thinking about certain things, but instead we should remain open, fluid, or flexible. So, in this video, I'm going to dive into this topic and try to provide you with some useful insights. So, what exactly do we mean by a mindset? Let's look at a couple of dictionary definitions from the internet. And one of them says that it's a person's way of thinking about and their opinions, their attitudes and beliefs about how things and situations are. A second one says that it is a person's general attitude and the way that they think about things and situations. Now, this suggests that it is their general attitude or a person's attitude and way of thinking. I think this is where we have to be slightly careful. When we talk broadly and say that a certain person has a wrong mindset, we are saying this at a very, very broad level that this person is always thinking in this way and in all situations. So if you were to say this to somebody, it is very likely this is how they would take it, and it would feel like they would, actually feel like it's a personal attack on them. But is this really true that they always think in this way? In my experience, this is rarely the case. It is normally more likely that the individual shows a certain type of mindset in maybe one situation and a different type of mindset in another situation. So we can start to make it more specific by looking at some specific mindsets that have become more frequently referred to in our times. And these are useful to look at as they start to make this mindset thing more specific. And the very first one is the fixed versus growth mindset. When I first heard about this thing, I thought that it was fairly self-explanatory. Anyone, or maybe I, am always wanting to grow, so I have got this, I have got the growth mindset. But in many situations, most people have a fixed mindset. Are you fixed in your view, for example, that you are either very intelligent or not very intelligent? Or are you fixed in your view that you are either great at a particular sport, at a particular job, or a particular skill, or maybe terrible at it? Ultimately, if we are fixed on our view of something, we are not open to continuous learning and not open to continuous growth. When anything goes contrary to this, we tend to reject it. It becomes too painful due to it breaking our fixed view of something. On the other hand, if we have a growth mindset, we see that everything can change. We can develop and evolve in all areas of life. And as a result, when something doesn't work, we just see it as an opportunity to learn and grow. The second one is called as the abundance versus scarcity mindset. The abundance mindset assumes that there is more space and more resources than what you might see by default. You find a way to create more opportunities. You can expand solutions to be inclusive of your ideas as well as other people's ideas. When you operate from a scarcity mindset or mentality, you usually get more defensive or offensive. You find yourself competing unnecessarily without reason. So rather than spending your energy competing, you can spend it creating more alternatives for yourself and for others by expanding more opportunities and finding abundance. Scarcity mindset means that it is never enough and can include us not doing enough, not having enough, or not being enough. Abundance mindset means there is more than enough to go around for all of us, and that we have enough, we are doing enough, and we are being enough. The third one is the positive versus negative mindset. The positive mindset involves looking at things through a lens where we can see solutions to move forward rather than looking at it through a lens of nothing which is working. There are no possibilities in overcoming problems or in overcoming situations and barriers. And here I think you have to be super careful with this kind of mindset that it doesn't spill over into you not wanting to bring up issues and not highlighting when things are wrong. This can also have disastrous consequences on many fronts for teams, for people, and for businesses. It is about believing that there is a way forward and you can find solutions. So, what is the conclusion? When we are faced with different situations in life and in work or in business, it is useful to challenge our current thinking around that particular situation, and then we should try and reframe it. You should ask questions like these: am I looking at this with a growth mindset or a fixed mindset? If I'm taking a fixed mindset approach, what would it look like if I looked at it with a growth mindset? The same for the other mindsets that we talked in the prior part of this video. Is it always best to have a specific mindset in a particular situation? Are there situations where the other mindsets are more helpful? We want things black and white because it's easier. But is this the case with situations and in life? When I reflect on this, I believe it is really important to be more definitive about what exactly we mean by mindset when judging our own or the mindset of others. So be more specific about the approach and the behaviors that we are showing, and make sure that you have examples. I actually start to question the term mindset in its own right sense. Mindset, if we separate the word into two parts, it suggests that we are set in our mind about how we approach things. And to me, this is potentially the most important mindset of all, which is actually not to have a mindset, but to remain fluid, open, and flexible in how we look at things and situations. With everything changing so quickly, perhaps the most important mindset is for your mind is to be not to be set at all. Rather, stay mindful in everything that you do and in how you approach different situations in your life. What do you think? Please do share your views and comments. And please like the video so that it stays with you as your future reference. And please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't done already, because we regularly post content to help you learn, grow, succeed, and find solutions to your varied needs in your business, in your career, or in your life. Thanks for watching.